Alright, it's officially been 2 months that I've lived in Trinidad and Tobago, and it honestly feels a little wild. I did plan on doing some more videos in February, but life happened, got away from me. So I'll be making more videos, but this one I'm just going to recap what my first little 2 months have been like here. So we're going to start with work. I am so excited to announce that I'm staying. I'm staying all the way to the games in August. Originally, my internship here was supposed to end in May, but I've been asked to stay, and so with the help of my scholarship from the Queen Elizabeth Scholarship Foundation, budgets, my family, and Commonwealth Sport Canada, financially, I will be able to find a way to stay till August. So a brief recap of what I'm doing here. I've been sent here as a Sportworks officer to assist in the organization of the 2023 Trinbago Youth Commonwealth Games. The games are for athletes ages 14 to 17 that live in one of the many Commonwealth countries. At our games, we have 7 sports. Volleyball, track and field, beach volleyball, netball, rugby, triathlon, cycling. We're also the first Youth Commonwealth Games to include para-sports with para-athletics, which, as a para-coach, I think is pretty cool. So my first little bit here was definitely all about understanding the organization I'm working with, getting to know the people I'm working with, and now that we're at the end of February, I've actually gotten some responsibilities of my own, which I'm quite excited for. My coworkers are pretty awesome. They all took the time to ask me questions, get to know me, my strengths, my weaknesses, and find a spot where I can actually be helpful, contribute, but also learn from their experience and their knowledge. I'm working under the umbrella of sport in sport entries. At the moment, that's a lot of data collection, a lot of Google Sheets, but I'm going to be doing more with that as we get closer to the games. A very fun, exciting project that I'm working on right now is the Caravan. So at the beginning, I was quite confused when they asked me to draft a outline for the Caravan because truthfully the only Caravan I could think of is the Dodge Grand Caravan. So it took some dead-end Googling for me to finally get over myself and ask my coworkers, what does a Caravan mean? It is basically a grassroots promotional marketing tour. I felt a little dumb as I realized I've actually not only been a part of a bunch of these, but I've run a bunch of these. And so, once again reminded that English comes in many different fonts. Our Caravan, it's joining forces with the Ministry of Education, as well as other sporting groups and events happening around Trinidad mostly. We're hoping to get in front of as many people as possible. We're going to be running booths, visiting schools, educating people on our games, trying to get volunteers, as well as just creating a bunch of hype leading up to the games. So what is my life like here? Well, adjusting to any new country, it's a learning curve. I think my first month here was definitely easier than my second. In my first month, I was new. I was having a lot of experiences right when I first got here. I had someone that was taking me surfing regularly. I'd gone to a couple fetes in my first couple weeks. I was still in the stage of meeting a ton of people, which was exciting. Stuff was happening all the time. I was busy and I didn't think about home a lot. Now, my first couple weeks of February was quite a different story. It was tougher at that point. I was trying to find a routine. I was largely focused on what I have back home that I couldn't have here. And I noticed it started to impact my feelings on Trinidad, and I was starting to question if I wanted to stay. And so it was the first time I also felt homesick, which was wild. Through talking with friends and family here and in Canada, I realized that I was actually just making myself homesick by dwelling on the life that I have in Canada and expecting it to be able to happen here. I would say my life looks nothing like, it doesn't not look anything like it does back home, but there are big enough differences that overlooked what my life could look like here. Back home, I've been driving since I was 14. I've had a car for a long time, and one thing everyone knows about me is that I frequently will just hop in Danger Frank, my Jeep, and go off on an adventure, whether it's to the island to see my friends, province hopping, going down to the States, just going on an adventure, hiking, seeing something new. I tend not to be home a lot. I'm not a homebody, and so a huge switch for me was when I realized that here I don't have my own transportation. I do have to rely on my coworkers to getting to and from work. I take a lot of ride shares to go around town to see my friends. Originally, I did think I could rely on my skateboard and walking around, but I live in the heart of the city, and so that's not really an option due to the conditions of the sidewalks and roads, and also just safety. So I really dwelled on that for a while, but one thing that I have come to realize is that the people here are amazing, especially the people I work with. They are more than willing to help me out, whether it's a ride to places so that I can go grocery shopping, or when I'm bored and just hanging out, showing me something new. And I really appreciate them for it, because without that, I really would be stuck at home all the time. Now, I am home all the time. I have watched every Netflix show out there at this point, and I realized that that was taking up a lot of my time in February and contributed to how I was feeling about Trinidad. And so I've kind of taken a new outlook on what my life is here. I have my friends at UE, the international students. You know, we go on excursions, we go to the beach, we go hiking, which is awesome and fun. So I try to plan that as much as I can. And then I have some friends here that are into the things I'm into, skateboarding, underground music scene, and so I'm able to still connect with those things that I do back home here in a very safe way. And then the biggest thing for me, you know, not being able to be out there all the time because transportation, I didn't realize how drastically it would impact me, but I've picked up art again, so, you know, having hobbies to do while I'm here has been really a good outlet for me. I'm lucky that the weather is amazing here because, you know, in the Caribbean on a tropical island, it's sunny and it's gorgeous, and so I'm able to sit on the roof of the hotel and draw and dance and come up with other creative outlets. And I'm very grateful for the people here. They've made the adjustment easier, and they have shown me that this is my home now too, and I love it here, and I'm super excited to be staying. So I'll catch you in the next update.